Good afternoon, Ghana. It's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka in Accra. The news is also live on all affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. Upper West, we are live on Tumpani Radio 88.5 in Nadoli, Jirapa FM 96.1 in Jirapa. Upper East, we are live on Rikas FM 92.1 in Bongo Namo, Northern Region North Star Radio 92.1 in Tamale. The news is also live around the world on citinewsshow.com. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, hundreds of parents and students throng resolution centers across the country over 2025 BEC placement concerns.
I am happy to announce that the placements were released yesterday, the 17th of September at 8 p.m. and subsequently we informed all district and regional directors.
Also coming up, opposition NPP demonstrate against government over what they term as unlawful arrest and detentions and harsh bail conditions.
The selective application of the rule of law and the laws of our country is sickening.
We have seen a pattern of harassment in the form of arrest of NPP people.
Meanwhile, former Vice President and flag bearer hopeful Dr. Baumi and four other aspirants take turns to face the vetting committee of the party. Still ahead, 11 West African nationals deported from the U.S. withdraws ex-party injunction application against Ghana.
This is a matter in which the court itself recognizes that has huge national and international interest. Beyond that, these are rights of individuals who are being affected and who the risk of return back to the country. We are a little disappointed, but what can you do?
And later, partner of the 2025 City Business Olympics, Side Hustle hails event as a major brand platform.
Even though it's a business and all those kind of things, we are also out there to have fun. So we are putting our name out there for people to know Side Hustle. And secondly, people to know that even though we are a business, we are there to have fun.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is also live in the Northeast region, 21 in Nalerigu. Western region, we are live on Beach FM 105.5 and Sky Power FM 93.5, both in Takrady. Ashanti region, Focus FM 94.3 on KNUST campus in Kumasi. Orange FM 107.9, also in Kumasi. Volta region, we are live on Sela Radio 97.1, Dabala, Holy FM 98.5 in Aplau. Savannah region, we are live on Kasha FM 99.5 in Damongo and Bono region, Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyai.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for choosing us. Now, hundreds of parents and their wards have gathered at the Nut Hall in Accra to raise concerns over the 2025 BEC school placement result. While some are dissatisfied with the schools their children have been assigned to, others are protesting placement in day schools outside their regions. Some parents who spoke to Citi News appealed to authorities to address the matter urgently.
Instead of a boarding school, they gave him day. And the school is far away from Accra. I mean, in the Volta region. So, I mean, you can see the discrepancies. So I'm here to make sure that it's changed from day to boarding and possibly to have the school in Accra, because I'm a single parent and I cannot be trekking between here and the Volta region. That is the very reason why I'm here. I've been here since 6 a.m. But the queue here is something else, and anytime there's placement, I mean, you come to meet this kind of situation, and it is not fair. I mean, it is not right.
The one thing is, we had grade of 18, but they placed at Xavier Senior High School. So I came, we made a change of school. That's why I'm here. People over here, too much over here, so I will leave and go and know what to do, because the people inside the room is more than those we are outside over here. So I don't think I may get inside and do this for my sister, so I'll just leave and go. And what I want to tell the government is they should do something better. Whether if it may be the district or even the circuit, we'll be very, very happy, because people have traveled for a long way to this particular place.
Those were some parents who are appealing to authorities to address issues with the 2025 BEC school placement result. Let's now go live to the Nat Hall and speak to my colleague Samuel Lacombe. Sammy, it's been a chaotic morning, but how is the situation this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Hawa. So I am currently at the Nat Hall, the place that is designated by the Ministry of Education to resolve all placement-related issues. And indeed, we got here in the morning, and when we got here, the crowd was enormous, and cause of people here trying to get their issues resolved, and it was quite not really coordinated. And so we have been here, and then we went inside as well to find out how the situation was, and inside too, scores of people were in there. Then about after an hour, the numbers started reducing. So we started to find out what the change had been. And so we went in there again, engaged a couple of officials, and who spoke off the record and indicated that some of the parents who are here, their issues have got to do with having to do self-placement. And that process can be done even when they are home on the internet. But most of these parents are not aware of this particular step. That is why they earlier all came together here. So they came out, made the announcement, and shortly after the announcement, the numbers started reducing from the outside, as I earlier indicated that the crowd was enormous. And so that is what has been happening here. But the media relations officer for the Ministry of Education came to the ground, and we engaged him, and he also indicated that, yes, they've seen the numbers that were recorded in the morning, and going forward, they will ensure that they take lessons from that to properly manage the crowd. And after that interview with him, that was when we noticed that the crowd had started reducing due to the announcements and all of that. Again, I must mention that the Greater Accra Regional Minister was also here a few moments ago, just like 2 or 3 minutes ago, and she also engaged parents and assured them that no students will be left behind, and that the government will ensure that all individuals who have issues with their placement will be resolved. Probably you'd want to get some statistics of how many issues have been resolved and all. As at the time we got here, we tried engaging the deputy coordinator, but she indicated that she has been quite busy moving up and down. So she'll be giving us one or two information as to the number of issues that have been resolved. But for now, that is what I can report from here at the Nat Hall, where the placement resolution is ongoing.
Thank you very much. Samuel Lacombe is my colleague here, 97.3 Citi FM. Let's now take you to the Ashanti region, where my colleague Tawfiq Mohammed is standing by. Tawfiq, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. How different is the situation in the Ashanti region? Hello, Tawfiq. Good afternoon to you. Hello? Tawfiq, can you hear me? Apologies, we'll try and work the lines again to speak to my colleague in the Ashanti region, Tawfiq Mohammed. Now, let's hear from the Ministry of Education, who are assuring parents that concerns of a senior high school placement will be resolved swiftly. Media Relations Officer Hashmin Mohammed called on parents to remain calm as officials work to ensure that every child is properly placed.
We have realized that now we have been able to decongest the ground, because we have moved in a lot of personnel to attend and listen to their issues. And you yourself can now attest to the fact that we have decongested the place. Going forward, we will be attending to their issues with speed. And when that is attended and then they are satisfied, then we will not have more crowds gathering here at the solution center. For now, we are working with the time frame that we have given to ourselves. We believe that we can be able to attend to every issue that has been brought here.
Hashmin Mohammed is the Public Relations Officer for the Education Ministry. My colleague in the Ashanti region, Tawfiq Mohammed, is back on the line. Tawfiq, good afternoon to you. If you can hear me, how different is the situation in the Ashanti region in terms of the school placement?
Good afternoon. If you come to the Ashanti region where the self-placement exercise is ongoing, I can say that the numbers here is overwhelming, because this morning when we came here, some of the parents were very agitated because what they were saying is that they came here around 5 a.m. Some even came here around 4:30 a.m. But they are still in the queue. But others who came later were using protocol to go through the process. So they were agitated that at least the coordinator in charge should put up measures that will ensure that those who came early will be served as soon as possible so that they can leave. Because some of the parents that we spoke with were also saying that looking at the places that their children got was far from where they stay, and some of the facilities of the school were also not good. So they wanted a very good facility for their children. So they are here to make sure that they get a better school for their children. But as at now, the numbers keep increasing because some of the parents and their children are all coming in to ensure that they get placement.
Tawfiq, we are in Accra. The ministry has asked parents to use self-placement to address some of the concerns instead of coming to the placement center. Has that message not gone down well in the Ashanti region for parents to use the internet to do the self-placement?
Yes, I engaged some parents, and they were saying that the network issue is one problem that they are facing, because whenever you do the self-placement by online, the response is that it's error. So the information that the Ministry of Education is giving, they think that the ministry should consider working on the online portal for the self-placement rather than, checking and then seeing error on the portal. So they will advise that the ministry should check and then resolve the issues on the portal.
Very well, grateful for your time. Tawfiq Mohammed is my colleague in the Ashanti region. Let's now hear from some students and parents who have gathered at the Kumasi Technical Institute.
There are quite a lot of people at the center today. However, I believe that if everyone complies with the rules and regulations set by the Ministry of Education officials, we can complete this exercise efficiently. I'm here today because my daughter chose St. Monica's Girls as her first choice and Kumasi Wesley Girls as her second. Unfortunately, she wasn't admitted to either and was instead placed at Ntonso.
As a Nipa Nawa, and I say, oh, abide by the rules and regulations now.
I don't understand why every process in Ghana has to be so stressful. I've been in a queue since 5 a.m. just because I want to make changes to the school my ward was placed in. She was placed in her last choice as a day student, which is quite far from where we live.
But I'm also Adventist girls.
Those were some aggrieved parents in the Ashanti region speaking to Citi News about concerns with their ward's placement. Meanwhile, Executive Director of Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare, is urging parents to better understand the dynamics of school placement. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show earlier today, he explained that not all candidates can gain admission into Category 8 schools since placement depends on several factors including performance, subject preference and boarding or day status. He appealed to parents to remain calm and support their children through the process to ease unnecessary anxiety.
You may wish to go to Labone Secondary to do science, but you also have to know that it is a very, very competitive Category B school. In fact, one of the most competitive in Greater Accra. And so bear in mind that going there is not just a matter of choosing, but also making competitive grades in respect of the course you are choosing, and then whether you want to be day or not. Because two factors come in here. The choice of program, and then whether you want to be day or not. Those two things determine the extent of competition, apart from the school itself. Parents must appreciate that it is not possible for any government in Ghana to serve every parent the choice of their school. It's not possible. And that the only way we can ensure equitable access to second cycle education in Ghana is to ensure that all schools, Category A, B, C, and the like, are patronized by parents. That is the only way. Not every parent can have access to the Category A school.
Kofi Asare, however, called on the government to ensure adequate infrastructure across all categories of schools in the country to make acceptance into schools easier.
Government must appreciate that for parents to accept to be posted or to be for their wards to be put in schools in Category C, they should be assured that the facilities in Mozano School of Music, the facilities in Canton are adequate within the Ghanaian average. They are consistent with the Ghanaian average, such that the assurance of quality teaching and learning and quality accommodation, the congenial environment is also there. So government has a responsibility to continue to expand upgrading interventions, especially in underserved schools like the ones I'm mentioning. Until then, we are going to have that gap between parents' choice, or by extension, candidates' choice, and then the state of education, the government's delivery.
Kofi Asare is Executive Director of Education think tank Africa Education Watch. You are still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa, still ahead, partner of the 2025 City Business Olympics Side Hustle Hills event as a major brand promotion platform. We have details of that plus other stories coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck, or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you, or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number, or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you are abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, New Patriotic Party flag bearer hopeful Kobna Ejapon has completed his vetting ahead of the party's presidential primaries scheduled for January 31, 2026. The former NPP General Secretary was the first to face the vetting committee chaired by Dr. Adokufo. The committee will also vet for other aspirants, including former Vice President Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Kennedy Ohene Ejapon, Dr. Brian Echampo, and Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. Kobna Ejapon spoke to Citi News shortly after his session.
Well, I mean, every experience is unique, it's different, but at the end of the day, it went well. Of course, they wanted to know my views and my visions for this country. And as I've said, you know what I stand for. I believe that we need a new dawn in this country. We need to restore the values of service, sacrifice, and selflessness back into our society and our general body politic. We have to think broadly in a collegial way as Ghanaians, and we as political leaders have to lead by example. And I think it's time for us as a country to change course, work well for the general good, and understand that politics is about service. It's not about self, but it's about the community. So that's what I've expressed, and everything went well.
You talk about the NPP going back to its roots.
That's right.
What do you mean by that? When
Those
you say
noble roots, I mean the roots of dedication, volunteerism, hard work, one for all for one, sacrificing, and meaning well for the society. I mean, and that's what made our party very attractive. So we had a dedicated core of party patriots who were prepared to sacrifice and just work for us in 1991, 1992. So that is the kind of spirit I want to revive.
NPP flag bearer aspirant Kwabena Ejapong. Let's now go live to the NPP party head office here in Accra. My colleague Charles Osukumi is standing by. Charles, we just heard from Kwabena Ejapong, who is in the hot seat as we speak.
Well, as we speak, Kennedy Ejapong, former Asim Central MP, flag bearer aspirant for the NPP in the last election, is the one currently facing the vetting committee. His vetting is expected to be a bit heated. I mean, we know that he is a fiery speaker, and he's made certain comments in the past about he's even raised concerns about the 4 million cities development fee that he was made to pay as aspirant, and certain pronouncements that he's made in the past. He came in at about 11:30. He's still with the committee. We have not seen him come out yet, so we assume that they're still engaging. After Kennedy, we expect 3 more aspirants to face the vetting committee. Dr. Mahmoud Obaumia will face the committee, and then Brian Champon will also be facing the committee, and then former Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum. Earlier, I engaged Kwabena Ejapong, former General Secretary of the party. He is not new to the vetting process. He started his ambition to be NPP flag bearer since 2007, so these processes are not new to him. He says it went well. He's hoping that the party will return to its original roots. Kennedy Ejapong, he says that he is moving away from the fiery speeches, and then now will become a bit more presidential and be sort of just solve the problems of this country. So we're hoping that he will come out pretty shortly, and then we'll engage him on how that process also went. So yeah, we're currently at the campaign office of the NPP at Kokoleble. Initially, this was built to happen at the party headquarters, but because of the NPP's demonstration today, they moved the vetting to the campaign office, which also is the same office that hosted the vetting process for the last presidential primaries.
Very well, grateful for your time. Charles Osukumi is my colleague here at Citi FM. Still with the NPP, the youth of the party have warned the Ghana Police Service against what they describe as harassment of party functionaries through arrest, detentions and harsh bail conditions. At the Yensro Ehunehuna protest in Accra, the group led by National Youth Organizer Salam Mustafa marched to the police headquarters to present a petition to the IGP. He later delivered a copy of the petition to the presidency, stressing the party's resolve to resist intimidation.
IGP, before you is a petition signed by the Secretary of the New Patriotic Party on the threats on the life of the minority leader, Afenyo Markin, my boss here, the national organizer, Nana B, and the minority chief whip, Honorable Adodokre. Nothing has happened to Wahab, who is the constituency communication officer in the Wakano. Also, we saw Chairman Azoka live video during the Apetia by election, assaulting our national chairman, Mr. IGP. With all due respect, we saw a statement that Chairman Azoka had arrested and granted bail. Immediately that release came, Chairman Azoka released a video sitting at his base in Tamale, where I come from, and laughing. Obviously, laughing at the police. Mr. IGP, I know you. I got to know you somewhere 2011 when Young Patriots, which I was a member, were going to organize the first demonstration when the MPP was in opposition. You were then the regional commander here in Greater Accra, so I know you. Are a fine police officer. Unfortunately, IG, we think you are going to dent your career, and if you don't watch it, if you allow politics to get into your work, you will live with a very bad legacy.
National Youth Organizer of the NPP, Salam Mustafa, 11 West African deported from the US to Ghana have withdrawn an ex-party injunction application they filed at the High Court. The application sought to halt their deportation and compel the government to present them in court. Lawyer for the deportees, Oliver Baka Vomao, in an interview with Citi News, says he's disappointed in Ghana's justice delivery system, alleging deliberate delays in ruling on the injunction that could have protected his client's rights.
Now, when we filed the application on Wednesday last week, the court registry was gracious enough, knowing the sensitivity of the matter, to fix the hearing for the next day, Thursday. And when we appeared before the court, we impressed upon the court, one, to grant an interim injunction, to prevent them from being deported while the matter was ongoing on. And secondly, to order the government to produce the bodies of these individuals before court by the writ of habeas corpus, because the unconstitutional detention they were under. Now, we, over the weekend then, learned that the court refused to grant these orders. When I say refused, it didn't particularly rule on them, but said that it was adjourning into today to hear the application. And we impressed upon the court to at least give an order that prevents the removal of the individuals between the period over the weekend and yesterday's.
That was counsel for the 11 West Africans deported from the US to Ghana, Oliver Baka Vomao. Now, partner of the 2025 Citi Business Olympics, Side Hustle, has commended the event, describing it as the biggest platform to project their brand. The Citi Business Olympics, Ghana's premier corporate sporting event, offers companies the opportunity to showcase their sporting prowess and have fun. The event is scheduled for the Eden Heights Sports Complex at Wager in Accra. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show, representative from Side Hustle, Sylvia Mensah, said the company is also poised to win some medals as a participant.
The reason we are joining Business Olympics, even though it's a business and all those kind of things, we are also out there to have fun. So we are putting our name out there for people to know Side Hustle, and secondly, people to know that even though we are a business, we are there to have fun as well.
I see. So what should we expect from Saturday? Are you guys coming to take part in any of the games? Which trophies are you winning?
Then we'll take part, like we'll do everything that we can do, and we'll try to win something. Yes.
Amazing. So football 7 aside, we are there.
We are
volleyball,
there.
Table tennis.
We are there.
Indoor games. Wow. Amazing.
Tag of war, we are there.
How long have you been training? Because some people say they have been training for long to kind of deliver.
I mean, we can't tell. It's a secret,
yes,
but we are still doing it.
You are doing secret training.
Yes.
We might show up as a surprise though. So
is it?
He had Sylvia Mensah and Joshua Bochi from Side Hustle, partner of the 2025 Citi Business Olympics. The 2025 Citi Business Olympics is powered by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Side Hustle. It is proudly sponsored by UMB Bank with support from Bethel Logistics and Dampon Healthcare. Now, Lancaster University, Ghana has reaffirmed its commitment to Ghana's socio-economic development through the holistic training of its students. at 89th undergraduate graduation ceremony on Monday at the Mervyn Peak Grand Ambassador Hotel in Accra, more than 30 students from across the world received degrees. Chief Executive and Provost Dr. Emmanuel Arthur announced ongoing investment, including a $400,000 Emerging Technology Center and a law boots camp, with plans for an entrepreneurship hub to equip students with hands-on skills.
I'm very confident of the caliber of students that we've produced today and in successive years. I'm very confident that we've equipped them adequately. They've picked up the skills that they need. Their skills have been honed, and we've inculcated in them certain essential values. January this year, we set up a $400,000 Emerging Technology Center. We've set up a moot court that is honing the skills of our legal students, our law students. We are going to set up an entrepreneurship and incubation hub by the end of the year. And these are things that we want to do as an institution, so that by the time the students are leaving school, it's not just head knowledge. It is not only theory, but they have practical skills that can make them excel in the marketplace. But more importantly, the infusion of ethical values into whatever the students do. It's also an important ethos of what we do as an institution over here.
We had the Chief Executive and Provost of Lancaster University, Ghana, Dr. Emmanuel Arthur, ending today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Thank you for your company.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.